Dobrodošli u epizodu 9 u igri Mass Effect 1. U prošloj epizodi smo završili Feros. Da, a u ovoj epizodi ćemo ići na Noveriju. Pa da, i idemo odmah u akciju. Kao što sam i u prethodnim epizodama rekao, nećemo duljiti sa uvodom, jer i onako je dovoljno priče bilo, pa krenimo na Noveriju. Eto ga. Da, idemo popričati sa Garusom i ovim tu, Alliance Requisitionom.
Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Supplies.
What have you got? Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Hajmo vidjeti što ima.
You bet, Commander.
Vidjet ćemo. Da, 304. Nema šanse da to kupim. Da, ali to su stvarno najbolje stvari. Grenades. To može, da. To definitivno može. Units of... i to može isto. Eto ga. I... Da vidimo, jel možemo šta prodat, a ništa nema toliko vrijednost, sve nešto sitno, da. 119, 27. Ajme meni. Ajde, dobro, ajde. Ovo mogu prodat, čisto eto, dobiti malo love. Da, ovo sve što je minus, to prodam. Jer ne treba mi. I onako ću nešto drugo koristiti, pa eto, bolje onda zaradit nešto. Eto, tako. I sa Garusom. Popričati.
Commander, nice work out there. I knew working with the Spectra would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Sarena was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Evo tako, Inspect Meko. Plus 48 XP. I idemo još popričati sa Tali i onda idemo konačno u akciju. Dosta je bilo više pričanja i dijaloga i svega toga. Ajme, meni. Bome se odužilo što je. Jao, imamo i Adamsa tu.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one.
Ja,
I can
talentirana
see
je.
why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Eto ga, to je to. Još sa Tali popričat i... Da, to je to. Ima li tu šta za kliknuti? Nema. Nema, da. Ajde, Tali.
Ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge tech...
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work.
Mostly.
We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about you.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile.
Ali vi ste ih napravili I onda požalili poslije pada.
And how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian
onda
control
kreirali
systems to
kaos.
permanently deactivate
Pada.
all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Da, obranili
Blame
su
them
se
for
samo.
fighting for their survival.
To jest,
We had
branili
no
su
other
se
choice.
samo.
The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
Kako to možete znati? Vi ste njih napali prvi.
Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. Most Quarians tend to have pretty strong opinions about the Geth.
I ajmo još ovo riješiti i onda idemo dalje. Ovo je već stvarno previše dijaloga, što je. Ajme, meni cijeli dan se može izgubiti samo na pričanje.
But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
To je to, čovječe, evo već je preko 15 minuta otišlo samo na priču, ajme meni. Evo, doslovno cijeli dan ovdje samo na pričanje. Sa doktoricom neću popričat, dosta je bilo. Idemo u misiju, konačno. Open. Idemo na Noveriju. A onda u idućim epizodama ću riješiti side misije. Da, to ćemo porješavati. Pa da. To jest ne, ajmo mi Lijaru riješiti. Eto da. Gdje je ona? I eto ga, odlazimo sa Ferosa. Normandy.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Don't worry, Admiral. I'll take that thing out.
I know Spectra's answered the council, but you're still human.
Promjena plana.
You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
Ha, ništa, ajmo tamo. Kak se zove to čudo uopće? Žurnal. Rog VI. Aha, Sol System. And deal with. Aha, na mjesecu je. A ne, nećemo. Squad. To mi treba heavy armor. Ok. Još jedna. Heavy armor. Tako. Ajmo promijeniti. Nadam se da mogu. Tu. Tu. Evo ga. 112. Je li to to? Trebalo bi biti. Da. Ništa, ovo ide u Omnigel. Ma dobre, ajde. Idemo mi riješiti Lijaru. To je bio plan i idemo tamo. Da, tu nema ništa. Tu.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Ili ne, ovo će biti side misija. Ova epizoda. Dobro, ajde. Rex i Tali. Da, malo da promijenimo tim. Tako da, to će biti malo kraća epizoda, ali dobro, ajde. Ja sam tu, idemo tu. Debris, to je tu. I da skratit ću put. Da se ne gleda, to je dosadno. I eto ga da, lijevo i desno imamo dvije lokacije za otkriti. Desno su resursi. Ali da, idemo prvo tu gdje smo pokazali, eno tamo. Gdje sam stavio zastavicu. Eto ga. Begin. Ovo je dosta zafrknito. Dobro. Idemo ovako. Eto ga. I idemo tamo po resurse. Ja, eno tamo. Toga. Treba samo označiti. Ej, makni se. Survey. Čovječe, kako se mogu failat. Eto ga. You have successfully served deposit of Kakve lithium. Dobro, idemo tu. Distress signal. Ili ajde možda posvetiti ovu epizodu kad je već otišao na side mission, nekim side misijama još. Može ubaciti još jednu misiju, čisto da se to nešto događa, da ne bude samo ovo. To jest da ne bude samo razgovor i jedna side misija. Kada, ajde, ubacit ćemo još jednu side misiju. Eto ga, tu smo na lokaciji. Ajme, meni, kud me baš pogodi. My ass. All targets down. Ajde više, padni čovječa, je da zafaknite kad igramo na hardcore. Dobro. 5500 novčića, super. I ajmo isključiti taj distress call.
Lion soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. You want to know what happened here?
Čak pa se ne može isključiti. Ajme, meni ne sjećam se više. Da, svi su pobijeni. A očito ne može. Da. A nemali, idemo još tamo. Da, ništa od toga. Da, speak to Kahoku. Da, znači, to je to. Dobro. Jao, pa da. Sad se sjećam, pa ja na početku nisam uopće pričao sa tim Kahokuom. Evo, tu piše Return to the Citadel Tower and inform the Admiral of their fate. Dobro, to ćemo u idućoj, valjda, nadam se. To jest, ko zna, može i u ovoj to napravimo. Čisto da ispunimo epizodu sa nekim događajima. Tu. Da, tu negdje. A ne, pregazio ga, budale. Mummified Salarian. Recover artifact. Tako. Ups. Eto ga. You found Captain Milan's identification tag. How it ended up here is impossible to know for sure. Da, slažem se. Znači šta? Jel to nešto novo? You have found a Salarian artifact. Keep looking for more. A, da, ovo kad budem vjerojatno pretraživao. Da. Što dalje? Ja mislim da je to to. Tako da... idemo negdje drugdje. A onda idemo na Citadelu. Opet. Ali popričati sa Kahokuom. Gdje bi mogli? Matano Maroon Sea. Investigate samples. Matano Maroon Sea. Ok. Ja, evo ga. Eto ga.
Message coming in.
Ja, eto i poruka.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius.
Evo je, Nasana.
I can't say anymore in an
To je ona s početka igre.
If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Aha. Znači moram ići svakako na Citadel. Ok. Light metal serviette. Dobro. I lapa. Ništa. Oh. Unknown. Metallic asteroid. Survey. Heavy metal. Platinum. Ok. Dobro. Kaska. Ili časka. Eto ćemo malo kasnije, to je vjerojatno to na što moram ići. Apo. Ništa. Inti. Ništa. Ha dobro, idemo na časku. Land. Garrus i Caden. Tali i Garrus. Hada. Eto nas. Da, zeleni planet. I da, skraćivat ću opet dok ne dođem na lokacije. Jer eto, čisto da se to ne gleda, to je dosadno. Znači, civilian structure, civilian debris, science facility, anomaly. Idemo znači tu i onda ćemo ići prema ovoj tu strani. E pa da. Eto nas na lokaciji. Da, eto nas, tu smo. Pa da vidimo šta tu ima. Open, medical, ok, tu. Ajde da otvorimo. Ajde, iz početka. Tako i tako. Idemo na iduću lokaciju, a iduća lokacija je civilian structure. Lijep pogled. Što više. To jest dapače. Eto ga, to je uvijek brži način za spuštanje niz planinu. Eto ga, tu je jedna lokacija, tamo je druga lokacija. A, mi ćemo ići na ovu tu. Ova druga je civilian, destination. Ajde, kad smo...
I've got a bad feeling about this. How horrible. The entire colony must have been transformed.
To je to, jel tako? Trebalo bi biti. Da, to je to. Idemo unutra. Tako, mi idemo unutar A. Da vidimo šta ima. I snimit svakako. Eto ga. Tu nema ništa. Tu. Haskovi. Da. Gle, uopće ne napadaju. Šta će to biti? Izgleda da se zablokirao. Ali ovo oružje, pa užas.
Lost shields.
Ajde. Da, ova oružja. Čovječe, pola 5 podne i kokoši se čuju. Bože dragi. Kako neprecizno oružje, nemaš vjerovati. Eto ga. 2 od 1 puta. Kad već toliko zeza u glavu. Koliko tih. Jaj, pucnjeva i ništa se ne događa. Pa nemaš vjerovati, uopće ga ništa ne pogađa. Evo. Kako sam ja to fulao. Eto ga. Da vidimo ima li tu što god. Ima. Sludge canister. Shotgun i omnitool. Da već čujem te. Eto ga. Tu ne mogu. skoro. Idemo gore. Ja, evo ga, crate. Banshee 3, silverback. Dobra. Tu enkripcija, to jest dekripcija, tako. Eto ga. Da, i kad sve pokupimo, onda ćemo pogledati što smo dobili. Idemo tamo. Aid station, tako i tako. Medical 4. Dobro, ajde, to je to, čini se. Dobro, idemo na drugu lokaciju. I ovo tu pokupiti. Medical interfere. Bože. To jest, ajmo vidjeti šta smo dobili. To te ja pitam. Može, 209. Garrus, ti... Ne, Tali nek dobije. Eto ga, budući da mi ti trebaš za dekripciju. Eto ga, 198, 8.6 i 31. Garrus. Ti možeš dobiti Avengera. Da, i staviti ćemo ti. Da, ovo će sve prodati što je u minusu. Tako. Weapon Force. Katana. Može. I Tali. Ti ćeš i sad dobiti Firestorm 4. A Garrus, ti ćeš i sad dobiti novo. Da, ova stara oružja bi mogao prodat, a ne u Omnigel. Pa da. Pištolj, imamo li što god novog tu? Ne. Ali za Garrusa imamo. Eto ga. Ništa od ovoga, ovo tu. Eto ga. Tali. Može i Tali. Isto ništa, nego tu. Eto. Mislim da sam dao slabije. Da, eto ga. Sniper. Može. Da, i accuracy 59. Eto je već bolje. Logic arrest za Garrusa. Može. I... da, jel ti mogu dat? Pa je, bolji je ovaj. Iako je malo lošiji tek, ali dobra je, ajde. Da, to ću ja sve prodati, ovo smećasto. Pa to je to. Eto, 50.000. 50.000 novčića imamo. Eto ga. Što ćemo tebi? Ma elektroniku. Dobro, meni ok. Level 23. 400 healtha skoro. I da, malo renegade. Snimit. Tako, idemo na drugu lokaciju. A druga lokacija je odmah pored. Ima li tu što god? Čini se da nema. Da, čini se da nema. I eto nas unutra. Ajmo snimit. Ma, što je sigurno je. Eto ga. Gdje su? Tu će negdje doći. Fuel. Containment. Samo nek eksplodira. Samo da meni ništa ne bude. Eto ga. Husk. Ludi huskovi. Da, Isus se zablokirao. Čovječe, ne kužim. Evo ga. Da, i to me ubije, znači. Eto ga. 687 novčića za ubijene haskove. Nije loš. Da, i ovaj se zablokirao. Čovječ. Stvarno nešto čudno s ovom igrom. Eto ga, je li to to? Trebalo bi biti... tu imamo aid station. A nije, imamo još jednoga. Eto ga, medical plus 2. Skoro. Eto ga. Sad samo provjeriti prostor i... to je to. A, eno ga. Crate. Dobro. Ne. Take all, čovječe. I da, idemo gore. Ajde, Garus, makni se. Idemo gore da vidimo imali što god gore. Da, tu nema ništa. Tu nema ništa. Nema ništa, nema ništa. A, ima tamo. Tu. Nema ništa, nema ništa, ništa. Išta. Ok. Išta. Ajde. Eto ga. Kessler, Striker i Raptor. Imamo još. Ups. Evo ga, u zadnji tren. I tu. Ajde. Eto ga. Da vidimo šta imamo sad. Ali da, definitivno bi mogao prodati sve to smećasto. Eto ga, Garrus, ti si sad kod Tali. Da, tako je. Podjednako, ali da, ova ima samo 3 pucnja. A ništa, Garrus, evo tebi. I Tali. Ne, Tali ništa. Može. Ok, ajmo Garrusa. Ti ćeš dobiti ovaj 163, eto ga. Tali, može i ti. Eto ga. Jel imaš što god boljeg? A nema. Nema, da. Ovaj ostatak bi ja mogao prodat. Da, i evo, Garrus će dobiti dosta dobar. A i dosta veliki upgrade, za razliku od ovog tu. Hane Kedra. 17950 sa 8241. Eto ga. Nema ništa. A uzet ću i ja novi oklop. Da, ovo je malo slabi damage protection, ali shieldovi su veći kao i tek. Eto ga, eto ga. Da, to je to. Da, idemo na 3. lokaciju. I eto nas na 3. lokaciji. I tu će biti neprijatelji. Vani. Haskovi, ludi haskovi. Da, i tu je, a evo ga. Ajde, sam ti napadaj. Smrade jedan. I hajmo unutra. Eto ga. Tu bi moglo biti čupavo, Tako da, Save opet. Sveti Save. Eto ga. Pa da provjerimo i ovaj prostor. Tu nema ništa. Nema ni tu ništa. Dobro. Idemo dalje. A eno, tamo neprijatelji. Ajde, pojavite se. Eto ga. Eto ga. Gle, pa zašto mi idete? Gle. Joj, joj, joj. Smotanci jedni. Da, jedna uopće nije eksplodirala. Moja bagovita igra. Da, definitivno bagovita. Kako tako smotani mogu biti? Svašta. Eto ga. A nije to to, ima još. Da, učinilo mi se ko da tu ima nešto, ali nema. Ajde. Ide s ove strane. Ne, ide s ove strane. Eto ga, to je to. To je to. Imali. Eto ga. Za pregledat. Dobro, to je Medigel. Trebamo F. Imali što god još. Čini se da nema. A ništa, idemo onda tu. Da vidimo. Da to i... Aha, ima i lijevo. Ajmo lijevo. Iako je ovaj desno, što moramo, a tu nema ništa. A ništa, idemo tu onda. Da, nema ništa. The colonial pioneer team rarely consists of more than a few dozen specialist Cerberus. Da, prvi put se to i sa Cerberus, to jest drugi put, susrećemo. Eto ga. Take all. To je ok. Tu. Nema ništa. Nema vraga. Tu. I ovo dolje. I eto ga. Dobili smo još neke nove stvari. A ništa, ajmo vidjeti. Ajmo vidjeti i onda idemo na Citadel po Kahokua. Odnosno kod Kahokua. Da vidimo. Da, čini se da ću ja svo oružje prodat, zato što je nikakvo. Me je da, sve što imam. Sve što imam ili slabije. Eto, tebi može taj pištolj. Tako. Ima li snajpera kakvih? Pa nema. Neću, on je slabiji, pa me. Eto tebi. Tali, ti ćeš dobiti. Puno bolje, puno bolje. Eto ga. To je to. To je to. Ništa, idemo na Citadel. Kod Kahokua. Da, iako tu piše da je terminal, ali ne. To smo već sve napravili. Da, ništa, idemo. Da, i sad isto jedan komentar. Tu je čini se Cerberus Huskove pravio, tako nekako se to čini, svi ti neki bodeži i takva neka infrastruktura, uređaji, jel? Da, sve i podsjeća na Ripere, na trag Ripera. Pa da, ništa čudno, bit će ih hrpetina u trećoj igri. I eto nas natrag. Ajme, meni. Pa neće nas valjda sad zabraniti. Ne bi trebali.
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and yours.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
Da, dobra fora.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard?
Ne.
I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir.
Ti si došao i vrijeđaš mi brod.
It's a gimmick, Commander.
Smrade jedan.
Stand-up fight. This experiment
opet to radi s rukama.
Appropriations bills for the same price we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
Ja, ajde, požuri se.
Commander, I'm not.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates, rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Turians?
Eto, došao je sam da me vrijeđa. Ti si jedan gad, znaš, eto mogu ja tebi isto paliti to onda. Gade jedan admiral Mihailović. Jaj. Nije to lijepo od tebe, a ne.
Between Sarena and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Jednako ja
Is to look good, Commander.
sam vođa na tom brodu.
Is to win wars.
Evo, opet.
I'm not convinced Normandy is a waste of taxpayer money.
Obožavaj to raditi s
I am
rukom.
convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I had planned.
Eto.
Good hunting, Commander Sheparda.
Htio nas popljuvati. Jaj. Odmah u startu. Jaj.
Commander Shepard.
Kalisa Al-Jalani. Ajde.
Police have been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my...
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Sarena. Do you have any comment on that?
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Da, još malo priče. Ko da nema dovoljno priče već. Pa eto, ajmo kod Kahokua. Tu gdje je ovaj usklič... tu dolje, tu dolje, tu dolje, tu dolje. Eno ga. Da, čudno da nisam popričao s njim prije.
Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
Može.
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's nothing. My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Da, to je to. 3000 novčića, super, i 504 XP-a. Squad. Što dalje, što dalje? First aid, može. Ne, first aid. Ashley, 3. Eto, i tebi first aid. Garrus, dekripcija. Eto ga. Šta još imamo? Da, Nasana. Embassy. Presidium. Ok, ajmo još to i onda ćemo završiti epizodu. I eto nas. Tamo je Nasana. Evo je.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
I'm sorry for your loss.
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Coming up with the ransom seems like the best way to ensure Dahlia's safety.
That's what I thought. I did what they wanted, transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Why would they put you in jail? You're the victim here.
Government representatives on the Citadel are not allowed to negotiate with terrorists. It's too dangerous. Paying a ransom would only encourage more kidnappings. I support the law in theory, but when I got the message, all I could think about was Dahlia's safety. I doubt they would actually send me to prison for what I did, but they would strip me of my post, and Dahlia would still be in the hands of the slavers.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Anything you can tell me about the mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle.
Can't you hire someone else to do this?
I do not want to take chances with my sister's life. I need a Spectre. Besides, you operate outside official channels. My superiors cannot find out I never reported the ransom in the first place.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
I have resources. Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
Don't worry. I'll bring your sister back.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right man for the job.
Moramo napraviti još jednu side misiju. Ali o tom potom. Znači da, završit ćemo epizodu 9 sa ovime. Nasanom i još hrpom priče u ovoj epizodi. Pa da, to tako biva, da, u ovoj igri. Tak je to kak je. Jednostavno sve ne može izbjeći. To jest može, ali bit će puno rupa i vidjet će se samo akcija, a ne pored događanja, tak da. A ja želim pokriti i događanja pored priče, tak da zašto ne. Tako da, malo će duže trajati epizode, ali šta da se radi. Cilj mi je to pokazati cijelu igru. Ili barem što više igre. Ne znam baš da li će biti 100%, ali pokušat ćemo doći što bliže 100%. Tako da, eto, znači to će biti to od epizode 9 u igri Mass Effect. Hvala svima koji prate ovaj serijal. Ići će igra do samog kraja. I nema još puno, barem tako mislim, nema još puno do kraja. Tako da moglo bi ići brzo. Ima još nekih 10-ak glavnih misija. To jest manje, mislim da i manje ima. Tako da relativno brzo ću završiti Mass Effect 1. Pa eto, znači to je to od ove igre.